The Three Sensitive Queens. Once upon a time in the city of Ujjaini, there lived a king named Paramatvaja who had three queens of exceptional beauty and sensitivity. He loved them all dearly. One day, while playing with his first queen, the king casually ruffled her hair. A lotus from her ear slipped onto her thigh, and she cried out in pain. The king, alarmed at her delicate nature, summoned the royal physician. Another night, under the full moon, he was with the second queen on the palace terrace. Suddenly, she winced and claimed her skin burned from the moonlight. Again, the king called for medical care, astonished by her sensitivity. Later, while he was with the third queen, she suddenly fainted upon hearing the distant sound of a rice mortar. Though the noise was far away, she collapsed. The king, yet again surprised, rushed to provide treatment. From then on, he took extraordinary care of his exquisitely sensitive wives. At this point, the ghost Vetala asked King Vikram,
"Who among the three queens is the most sensitive?" Vikram thought deeply and answered, "The third queen, unlike the others, she wasn't touched by a flower or moonlight, only heard a distant sound that shows the highest sensitivity." Vetala, pleased, vanished back into his tree.
But the real story lay hidden. All three queens expressed their sensitivity only in the king's presence, never otherwise. The first cried out from a flower's touch, probably because she didn't want to be touched by the king. The second claimed even moonlight hurt her, probably because she didn't want to be looked at by the king. And the third fainted from a distant noise, probably because she was disgusted by his voice. It wasn't just sensitivity, it was avoidance. One recoiled at touch, another at being seen, the third at hearing. Each found a subtle way to reject him. But in truth, the least sensitive were the queens. The most sensitive one was the king himself, not to touch, sight or sound, but to rejection. He was so fragile, so unable to bear even the hint of refusal, that the women had no choice but to lie, beautifully, cleverly, desperately. Not only did he fail to see their aversion, he continued to summon doctors, forcing them to remain close, fussed over and pitied, all under the guise of concern. His ego was so delicately inflated that an honest word might have shattered it. And so, to protect his pride and themselves, the queens invented their suffering. It wasn't their skin, their ears, or their eyes that were too sensitive. It was his ego. It wasn't their skin. It wasn't their skin, their ears, or their eyes that were too sensitive. It was his ego.